Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody.
Man himself today,
Welcome
Marston.
everybody.
What's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing? This is awesome. What's party? Happening, everybody?
Shit,
I love it. I'm watching.
Go ahead.
I'm watching the stream and I love it. People are partying. I'm excited too. I've already got my hat on. I'm ready. I'm ready.
People always ask about the hat, man. They want the hat out, and you're delivering the goods to them already 1 minute into the stream. And you're delivering the goods to
Give
them
them what they
already
want,
1 minute
man.
into the
You
stream.
know, let's do it.
How
good.
have you been, man? By the way, because I know it's been a couple of weeks. Rob went to. How have you been, man? By the way, because I know it's been a couple of weeks. Rob went to. How have you been, man? By the way, because I know it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Dragon Con in Atlanta, and I want to tell you something. Conventions, all of these conventions are so cool because people are walking around, all of these conventions, really enjoying themselves, and some people like to cosplay, other people like to. There's so many different things that people like to want to find at a convention, and I promise you, when you go, you will find it, and it's a really supportive, cool, and really creative group of people that usually attend these shows, and they're all really creative, all fun, and of course, I always enjoy getting to speak face to face with people who are interested in Red Dead Redemption and John Marston. Of course, I love every second of that. But Dragon Con, I want to tell you, was a completely different kind of experience because it's all within like these 5 big hotels that are connected to each other in Atlanta, and everywhere you go, it's a really cool. Really cool. Oh no. Really cool. Oh no. Really cool. Oh no. Can you hear me? Oh no. Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Can you hear me? No, it's okay. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Oh my. Well, I'm not. No, it's okay. I just told you everything I know about everything that's going on at Rockstar. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again. Everything that's going on at Rockstar. I'm not going to say it again. No, I'm not going to say it again.
Okay, hold on. And can you hear me now, guys, or what? Okay, hold on. And can you hear me now?
Let's just make sure we've got this.
Okay,
Sorry.
Hold on.
Sorry, Rob.
And can you hear me?
Let's just
now,
make
guys?
sure
That's all right, man. It's all good. This is normal for me, man. If I ever do anything online, this is how it goes. So I feel right at home, man. This is normal. This is how it goes. So I feel right at home, man.
Okay, so was it fixed or not, guys? Still an echo. Okay, so was it fixed or not, guys? Still an echo. Okay.
They can hear you, it looks like. I got you guys on the stream.
Guys, this is a disaster. I had the video up. Oh no. I had the video up. I'm sorry, guys. It's a disaster start. But luckily, we can chop this out in the edit after the fact. So it's all good.
Nobody.
Oh, fuck. No one knows except unless you're here live, you'll never get this exclusive stuff, will they, Rob?
That's right. And by the way, thank you so much for being here. I've been watching this chat, and people are partying and excited, and I'm excited. This is really, really cool. Thank you for being interested in hanging out. And know this too. Please know this. I've been looking, people were talking about what time it is where you are. It's after midnight in Australia where Dan is. So he should be asleep. He should have been asleep a couple hours ago, probably, but he's up partying with all you guys. So please recognize how cool that is. And all of you from all over the world, that it's so cool that you're here. And thank you. I know for some of you, it's really, really crazy time in the day or the whatever, but you're here. And of course, very, very happy to have you here. So thank you.
Yeah, someone just said, who was it? someone just said they're in Melbourne, in Australia. So there you go. We do
Yeah.
have a couple of Aussies in here, which is great to see. What would Kay say? Happy belated birthday, Rob. See you real soon. Thank you all for you do. Same to you, Dan. We know Kay, don't we?
Thank you. Kay Simpson. Yes, Kay, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. And you're awesome. And I can't wait to see you too in Scotland. It's what, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks, something? It's coming up. Looking forward to it.
Mole Jam, acknowledge me, Rob and Dan. You've been acknowledged. 5:20 p.m. here in Saudi Arabia. You haven't been to Saudi yet, have you, Joe? I know you have. Have you?
No, I haven't.
No, you've been to Qatar.
I went to Kuwait, actually.
Kuwait, sorry, not Qatar. Kuwait.
Yeah,
yes.
but yeah, I would love to check all that out. Of course, it's beautiful over there.
Yes.
The people are beautiful. It was a really, really enjoyable experience. Assalamu alaikum. I hope I said that correctly.
I wouldn't know. Red Gaddy, thank you guys for the stream. Well, it's our pleasure. It's our absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
Do you want to tell them quickly, John, about what's been happening at your house with the dogs?
Oh man! All right, so I want to say this. I realize that we are crazy people, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, so here's the deal. We had 2 dogs and a cat 6 months ago, and my wife kept showing me all these pictures. Can you hear me all right? Can everybody hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my wife kept showing me all these pictures of boxer puppies because she really, really wanted a boxer puppy, but she kept saying, "Not yet. We don't want to get one yet because we've already got 2 dogs but when we do get a new dog, I want it to be a box." And so finally, after about 6 weeks of this, she showed me a picture of a boxer puppy, and I said, "Well, where is it?" And she said, "It's in Indiana somewhere." And so we got in touch with the people, and I went that day and picked up that boxer because it was like my wife's birthday, and I thought, I know you want one. I want one too. So we got one. And we love her, and she's awesome, and she's crazy. Her name is June. Well, we decided that if we're going to have puppies, and we knew that, eventually we were going to get a second boxer, we decided that we might as well just get the puppy stage over with for both of them at the same time. So yesterday I went and got another puppy, and it's awesome. We have 4 dogs now and a cat and 5 chickens and 2 kids and Taylor and I. And our house is
full
insane. It never stops. It never stops. And so, yeah, we're 1 day in so far, and we've survived 1 day.
One day in. Oh man, that's not enough time to know.
No. But we're 1 night in too. And so we've got dog beds all over the floor in our bedroom because we're not going to let them sleep in our bed. They're going to be too big and we don't want them in our bed. But last night when I went to bed, when they all finally laid down, because of course they were trying to wrestle and fight and play and all this stuff, they finally all laid down. And I think Taylor, my wife, had fallen asleep. And I was laying there, and it was with all of the snoring going on. It was just like one consistent sound of the snore. It was like a machine. A motor was running in the bedroom.
So funny when you said that. Yeah. Over text. God, I laughed.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're in for it. But it's good. It's all good.
That's beautiful. Someone here has 7 cats and 3 dogs. May. Wow. How crazy is that?
That's a lot. So I got PG saying, "Hey Rob, say Patrick, get off. Patrick, get off your ass and do something." It's gone now. Right on, PG.
DJ Hellman, Rob, just wanted to say a quick thank you for helping create one of the greatest characters ever made. We all love Red Dead and can't thank you guys enough.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoy it. and man, what a cool experience, and something I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to be part of. I'm very, very fortunate. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay, so as we know, we're going to be playing. This is part 3, guys, of the playthrough. I've played a couple of missions off air, so we're about to head into the fort. Probably 1 or 2 more missions, and then we're heading in there. This is probably going to be a shorter stream. This one today. Again, if there's any issues, you guys let us know. I think we've ironed out the audio issues now, so we should be all good. The production quality has gone through the roof. Rob will be reading the chat. I'll be reading the chat when I can. But if you want to make sure Rob sees it, the super chat is always a lot easier because it flashes for Rob. And then, yeah, guys, we just need you to do one thing. I need you to head over to Rob's YouTube channel. All right, I'm going to link it in the description right now. Let's get it up. Rob made a YouTube channel, and he's uploading all this playthrough on his channel. Let me just get it up. How did you go making that channel, Rob? Have you worked it out? The beast that is YouTube.
Dan, that's another thing we need to thank Dan for. He has absolutely walked me through every step of the way, and I have realized that to download something the length of what these videos of our playthrough have been, you need to do that on your computer and not on your phone. So I'm learning things on my own, tiny things that probably everyone else knew anyway. I'm learning some of that stuff on my own, but it's
you don't need to thank me.
excited.
You don't need to thank me. Yeah, so make sure you go over to Rob's YouTube and subscribe and like every single one of his videos. He's already the greatest YouTuber in the world, and he's only been on it for a week. All right.
Yeah, thank you. You
Right.
know what? It's just natural, I guess, right? For me. Just kidding. Thank you. That's kind of you. I'm just seeing some things here I think I should read. Somebody, Rhett Gotti, wants to know my thoughts on GTA 6 leak.
Yeah, so do you know about that, Rob? It's a really unfortunate event. So what's happened is, I'll get you in on it. Earlier today, a hacker got a hold of a bunch of GTA codes, GTA 6 code, everything, and he's leaked it. So it's a real shame for the devs because they obviously wanted to, release it on their own terms, and now it's out there in the world. This is early gameplay, it's early footage. This is from the COVID era, I think, or whatever. But so there's a bunch of footage online which shows characters and running away from the cop, all this stuff. So that's the gist of what's happened. So I think you're the same with me in that it's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, and daggone. You know what? I don't know why people spend the time and energy to do things like that. Where it's probably some anonymous person too, who's gonna be just completely gutless about it. Is gonna take the work and the effort, the time, all of the hours that people spent to make this product as good as it can possibly be, and they're putting it out there to try and spoil it. That's really, really unfortunate. And if I would suggest, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Just don't give this person the whatever reward they're looking. Don't look at that. You don't want it to be spoiled. Don't look at it. What a just tiny person move. Hacker, whoever you are, you're tiny. You are tiny. And you have no idea how embarrassing you must feel. Recognize that. I'm sorry to go on a rant. I didn't know anything about this until just now. That's a whole lot of work from a lot of really talented people that you're just giving absolutely zero respect to, and that's really, really a small thing to do. That's a small person move.
Yeah, I've heard through the grapevine they're devastated, some of the developers. So yeah, it's really sad. I don't know where they'll go from here. I guess they'll have meetings tomorrow and figure out what they're going to do. I don't know where the game's at. I think it's still in development, so they're not ready to reveal anything. But The big problem is the source code is out there. Like some really, some of the proprietary stuff that they've done is out there. So that's the real challenge with that. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, just don't watch it, and we'll all just play the game when it comes out. Like I was always going to buy every game they make anyway, so it hasn't changed my decisions or anything like that. And it's only early. The footage there is just, it's not indicative what the game's actually going to be, because again, it's early footage. So that's that. Yeah, it's a shame. But on a lighter note, Shake Money, who taught you how to speak Spanish, Rob?
Oh, sí, por favor. Necesito más cerveza, por favor. Nobody really taught me. I used to work at a Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles. I was a bartender, and a lot of the people that worked there spoke Spanish. So I would try to learn Spanish from them. They would try and learn, lingo in English from me. And I think that at the time, we kind of had something good going, but I don't speak Spanish as much as I used to, so I'm not as good at it.
Do you know French? Someone here said.
Parlez-vous français?
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Comment allez-vous? That's it. That's all I got.
Hey, Rob, this is from Nat. Hey, Rob, just wondering if you plan on dressing up for Halloween this year. Maybe John Marston.
Oh, goodness. You know what? I may, but probably not. And the reason why is because my wife likes to do the family. We are a family unit on Halloween. So a couple years ago, we had lions and tigers and bears. And so one of our kids was a lion, one was a tiger. My wife was a bear. And my shirt said, "Oh my." So we're kind of like a theme family. So if I was John, I guess we could have my wife maybe would be Abigail. That would make sense. And then one of my boys would be Jack, I guess. And the other one, Rufus, maybe. Maybe we could work that out. Why not?
Shit. Stephen, thank you so much, man, for the $50. That's a big donation. We really appreciate that. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Dan, your channel's awesome. I love your interviews, man. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate that. And Rob, thanks for bringing one of the best characters in gaming history to life the way you did. Never felt so somber at the end of John's journey. Thanks again.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's really, really kind of you to say. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it so much. And, I think a whole lot of that has to do with the talent of the writers and the director, all the people at Rockstar, all the people that really know the story, because, I didn't know the entire story for the entire part of my production performance capture aspect of it. So a lot of it, I had to just kind of ask a lot of questions as we were working through it, and trust the director when he said, yeah, that's the one we're looking for. That was it. And then I think, okay, eventually I got to understand the story more, and then had a little bit more insight, just because I was able to piece together the parts that I had already done and kind of knew what was going on. But thank you so much for saying that. That's really kind of you.
It never gets old, does it?
No. It's really
okay.
kind.
I say we get into this game. What do you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, let's do it.
That sound good to you?
Yeah, heck yeah. 12:34 a.m. 12:35 a.m. now. Daggone. So for me, just so people know, not that anybody cares, it's 10:35 a.m. and we're hanging out. I love it. This is wild.
Oh, we got another question here for you, Rob. I've lost it. Here we go. Hey, Rob, how was the con? that you went to. This is from Jesus, and congrats on the pup.
Oh, thanks, Jesus. Yeah, the con was awesome. I don't know, a lot of you probably on here have been to Dragon Con because I met several people while I was there who mentioned they'd been enjoying watching us play through this game. So how you doing to those people who are hopefully still watching? But Dragon Con is a beast of its own. It's all the conventions are really fun and cool, and it's a great environment for all kinds of people to either cosplay or participate however you want to. You're going to be supported by people who are just happy to see you happy. That's what happens at conventions, and it's awesome. Really, really cool, and you leave there feeling good. I'm really happy that I've been able to experience as many of them as I have. But Dragon Con is different because it's like 5 hotels in Atlanta that are all connected, and all of the attendees and the guests, everybody stays somewhere in those 5 hotels, and the party just never stops. And so it's such a cool experience. If you ever get a chance to go to Dragon Con in Atlanta, definitely check it out.
I've actually been to Atlanta, funnily enough.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
I went to a beautiful restaurant, Gordon Ramsay. I can't remember the name of it. Jeez, it was a good steak.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah.
Let's go, my dear boy.
We had a lot of fun.
Is this game too loud, guys? Do you need me to turn it down slightly? Just let me know before we get going here. It might be a little bit too loud. Yeah. Could you? Hold on. They've left me. It's okay. It's good. Okay. Just let us know if you can. If there's a part where you can't hear Rob or myself, just let us know. But otherwise, we're all good. Rob and Dan, what are some of your favorite movies?
Oh goodness. What this is something that's kind of crazy. So obviously, I haven't played this game myself, right? That's why we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a movie. I haven't watched a new movie in almost 10 years as well. And that's the truth.
What? No.
I know.
You're joking. I don't believe you, Rob.
I know
you
don't.
Are you serious?
And no, I promise you I am. And it's wild. I'm trying to think when our kids, so we've got twin boys that are now, they're 10 years old, almost 11. And since they were born, the combination of trying to be good parents, and both of us have jobs, and just everything that's going on, we would put movies on. Once we got the boys to bed when they were younger, we'd put movies on, and then we would fall asleep 10 minutes into it. So it was like some of the movies. We don't want to watch some of these movies in front of our kids because violent. Adult. You don't want to expose your kids to that stuff before it's too soon, and who knows when that is. Whatever. We could do it now, I guess, probably. But yeah. So it's been that long since I've seen a new movie.
That's honestly insane, man. Is that the same for TV?
Pretty much, yeah. We've got like our comfort show, I guess, right? Would be The Office. And we watch The Office. And I'm not kidding. Every single night when we go to bed, we just put it on and set the sleep timer on the TV, and it's basically like a sound machine at this point. I mean, we both still really enjoy it, but it's like but yeah, I mean, I love Rudy. I love that movie. I love the movie Hoosiers. They're both written by the same guy, and they're just really, really feel-good stories, and I really love those. Seabiscuit, same guy. They're all great movies. If you haven't seen those, please check them out.
Yeah, they're all good. Yep.
But I always loved A River Runs Through It. I thought that was a great movie. I mean, this is old.
What's that?
A River Runs Through It. It's Brad Pitt when he was like probably 15. I don't know how old he was, but it's like a love story. It's a good movie though. I remember. Maybe it just was.
Maybe it was romantic, Rob, eh?
Well, it may have hit me right at the right time in my life too, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are hit and miss based on whatever people that the audience is going through, right? So, but I liked. Oh goodness, now I can't even think of the name of it. It's so long ago, I can't remember. The baseball movie where they play baseball in the cornfield. Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner.
I love that movie. I loved it.
Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah.
What you should watch Yellowstone. That's got Kevin Costner. It's a brilliant show.
Yes.
Show.
Yeah, heard about that. And you know, here's the other problem. Here's the other problem now for me. Because I got a pretty good routine going, and I'm not as tired as I used to be, I guess. Probably because I've got this great routine going, right? But if I put on something new at night when I'm laying in bed, I'll stay up and watch it. And that's the problem with that now. But
you can't stay up. You got to go to bed.
Well, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and I wouldn't want to stay up until 10:30. Yeah. Starting a new show and not go to bed until midnight, whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of. But yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do.
Now, Rob, we got a comment last stream. Apparently, someone thought I was so bad at the game, so utterly bad that I was playing with my feet. That's how bad I was. Rob. Can you tell them? Can you defend me, Rob, please? I mean,
that's horrible.
Honestly.
That is not bad. He is not bad at all. By the way, he hasn't used Deadeye in this game. I don't think you've used it once.
Well, I'm going to start using it now because I've had enough of these haters, you know.
No, Dan is actually really good at this game. But the truth is, some of you already know this. The reason that he's playing the game and I'm not is because I promise you, you do not want to sit through me playing the game. It's horrible.
Yeah. If you were playing, we'd be at mission 3, right? We'd still be with Bonnie.
Yeah.
No, I'm only.
No, it would. I'm so bad. So yeah, Dan's doing a huge favor for all of us.
The problem was, I've been playing a lot of other third-person games that have different controls, and I've played them for hours and hours. So
you get switched up on them.
I feel like I'm getting the controls wrong, but I'm fine now.
Have we got enough money now?
Bit of muscle memory as well. Savar, thank you so much for the 25. We appreciate that. Whatever currency that is, I have no clue. Norma, we appreciate that as well. Shake Money. I should have elaborated when you were in Mexico and you were fighting the rebels or the Mexican army. You had Spanish dialogue. Did you improvise that, or was it written? Oh, so he was saying before, do you speak Spanish? That's what he was referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was written. It was written. So that was early. I know it's not early in the game as you're playing it, but we got the script in different little sections and they were out of order. So that stuff that we shot was fairly early in the production. So there were a couple funny things with that. Like Javier Escuela, by the way, we were doing a cold read and I'm reading this out loud the first time I'm seeing it. It's not like I had time to read through it and then we did a cold read. I was just reading it out loud on the spot, and I said Javier Escuela and got through whatever that paragraph was, that dialogue that I was reading, and I looked up and everybody's kind of staring at me like, you don't speak Spanish. Because it's not Escuela, it's Escuela. And so they said, man. You know what though? I think we like it better as Escuela because, yeah, you wouldn't know anyway because John's not maybe the most smartest person in the world, whatever. Anyway, so that happened, and then I think we had fun with the Spanish. I mean, of course, there wasn't that much dialogue. I could have learned it and made it, you know, I guess with the amount of time that I had, I could have made it sound like I actually really spoke fluent Spanish. But they were kind of like, maybe it's better if you don't get too good at this part. And so I was kind of instructed. Also, that's me speaking Spanish. I've never been good at it. So I hope that answers your question.
For those asking, do we do stranger missions? We have done one. That was with a strange man. We might do a couple more. But remember, this is a big game, you know. And I don't know how many side missions are there. How many stranger missions? There's got to be at least 20. I could be wrong. Someone would have to look that up. I mean, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You wouldn't know. No. How would you remember something like that? And then to think in Red Dead 2, to think that this game's long, right? And Red Dead 2 is like triple the length of this game. It's pretty insane, man.
Yeah, it's so much for one game to have, you know, you have so many options. And I think the coolest thing about these games with no time limit, I mean, that's when I was really playing video games, there was always kind of like a time limit. I'm thinking like Super Mario Brothers, or, you know, what, I guess maybe that's the only one that really falls into that, where if you don't get it, but
there's a few, but
like
I know what you mean.
You having the ability to like right now, you're trying to get something accomplished, but if you wanted to, you could just walk around and just
you could do whatever.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah,
I think that's so cool, and so many things that you can get into that have nothing to do with the story. You can fish and hunt, and, you know, I mean, a lot of that stuff. If you want to 100% the game, you have to do certain things, but otherwise, you can just hang out, and I think that's really cool.
And look where we are, Rob.
Oh man,
it's time for the assault.
Look at this.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen this mission.
John? Marshall? Gentlemen!
I love that shot right there. That's a great shot.
It's time.
That's fantastic.
Let's go. Why? What's happening?
Seth has managed to get himself inside. But we can't leave it too long, or they will soon realize how very curious he is and remove him from the premises. Or slit his throat and watch him bleed to death. But for a minute, he will delight and amuse them. That's when he'll get us inside.
Okay.
Marshals of the law, when the shooting starts, take that as your cue to start awarding each other medals.
So you're all on set here, by the way,
to get inside.
Rob?
Yeah.
How many are there? 7 of you? All sitting there in front of on the stage there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do remember too that that we were positioned the way that we were because they really liked that as, you know, kind of a poster kind of.
Well, it's like the Magnificent Seven, right? It's a bit of a play on that, right?
Yeah, they did a lot of that actually.
Yeah.
A lot of callbacks from old westerns.
All I care about is.
And you don't have a smoke on you in the.
It is vital we stop him. Agreed.
It wasn't real. It was gaffer's tape. So they made it look like a cigarette though, where most of it was white tape, and then the very end had.
I bet you wanted the real one. I bet you said, "Can I have the real one?" Oh shit!
Yeah,
instinct for survival.
That probably would have messed up the
look at that!
Somehow.
Come on, guys, look at that shot there. That's fantastic. That's a wallpaper shot. I mean, that is a wallpaper shot right there.
That is awesome, isn't it?
Cinematography. I am seeing a lot of super chats. We will get to them, guys. Keep them coming. We're just taking this in.
Ensconce yourself in the back of my wagon, John, so that we can make our grand entrance.
I saw a couple questions on here I wanted to read.
Come on.
Okay, there's that.
Let's go.
They're going to get a little surprise, aren't they, Rob?
All right, good. Now just stay put till I tell you otherwise.
Question here from Jesus. It's pronounced Jesus, or call me Taco.
Jesus. You know what? I got you, man.
What signal?
My nickname in the military, when you go to the cons, Rob, do you guys explore or just do the cons and go home? You know what? It depends on where the con is. It's asking, do we explore while we're at these conventions? And it seems to me like if we all get in on Thursday night, depends on who's all there, but normally it's at least Roger and I, and we like to hang out, catch up a little bit. But not get too crazy because the con hasn't even started yet. So we don't want to get too outrageous before we even get there, really. Sometimes we're better at that than others, but typically Friday night and or Saturday night, we all go out to dinner somewhere together, and it's a really, really cool deal.
Welcome to my humble abode. Come on.
Greetings, my good men.
Can I just ask, Rob, how is this set up on the stage, this one?
Oh, goodness. Well,
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one, because I'm guessing they would have just... Because there's a lot of people involved here. I'm guessing... Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, there would be a lot of times it would just be a stanchion with like the ribbons that connect stanchions, which maybe you would recognize if you went to the airport and you have to zigzag through the lines. A lot of that stuff would be set up, but it would be where those crates would be. Like, you can't walk through this area because this is a box of something, or here's a tree, or what, this is the wagon. You would have actual wagon wheels that were accurate height and size that you could climb on, and that wagon would be sort of put together where you would think, okay, yeah, I can see what that is. It wouldn't be completely put together like you see it in the game, but you could interact with it because it's obviously there in the game. Like if it was a tree or something and there was tape on the ground or stanchions holding up ribbons, you wouldn't try to interact with that as much because you don't know where branches would be or whatever, but you just know you can't walk through there.
And what are you doing here?
Yeah, they had something built. I remember where it was the coolest thing, man. Yeah, it was. Some of this stuff.
Look at him dancing. Fucking hell. Oh man. And then you just wail along.
Yeah, look at that.
Got a bit of a kick to it, this gun.
Yeah, that thing is awesome. But that, I mean, you got to remember, doing all the performance capture, John, as playing the character John, you got to get real intense right up until the moment of the action, and then the person playing the game takes over. So
you're not doing this yet.
But I did this motion, and at least I got to do that. Oh, you did?
Much. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, like, they would get you shooting the gun, and they would get you doing different things, but you never got to do it in the scene because that's when the player gets to enjoy that part. So, yeah, this was really fun doing this kind of stuff. Look at all these people. I know there was another question on here that I didn't get.
Don't worry, we'll get to them. I've got them up.
It'd be great to be able to take that Gatling gun everywhere, wouldn't it?
I mean, it might make the game make the game a lot easier. Maybe if it was a cheat or something. Let's finish this, boys. Hey, Rob and Dan, have you seen Breaking Bad from Black Myron?
Yes, one of my favorites. And if it wasn't That one, my wife she didn't finish that one because we would watch it at night before we went to bed, and A, we would both stay up too late, and B, she would have nightmares because of the violence. And so I had to finish that one on my own, but I loved it. Loved it.
I don't want to die out here.
Oh my good God.
Good luck, John Marston from Dead Jokers Gaming. Is that a line?
Maybe. I don't know. Might be.
Thank you so much, Jesus, for becoming a member. Hannah, hey, Rob, what's your favorite trait of John's? That's a nice question.
Oh, wow. Well, I think as a father, and you know what? I think we all go through different stages in our life. What's actually important to us and what we're interested in. And, you know, there's a whole lot of different factors that determine what those things are, right? But
Yeah.
now, at the stage that I'm in my life, as a father and, you know, trying to be a good provider for my family, I love that John has the determination that he does for being that for his family too. You know, once he gets there and realizes that's what it is that he looks at as what's important to him. I think that and you know what? The other thing, I guess, too, is that he's fearless, which I am not. I'm not, but I'm impressed by that. I like that.
All right, let's see what this is.
Hannah, oh, that's Hannah. I know you, Hannah. Hi. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was you asking that question. Thank you for asking, and I hope you're well. And I'll see you in a few weeks.
Man, it is time to start tearing this place apart and find out.
You're going to know half of Scotland before you even get there.
Yeah, well, I met Hannah in England when I was there for a convention, and she's awesome. She's a cosplayer as well, and she came looking like Sadie Adler, and it was awesome. And Kay, of course, yes, Kay Simpson. She's got her own YouTube channel as well, and she's doing really well and enjoying that. What would Kay say? So check her out. Bailey Clifford, I don't know if I know you. I'm just being funny now. Yeah, but it is so cool to have met some of you people, a lot of you probably, face to face. I love that about conventions. It's so cool.
This cat gun is fun, you're right. They should have added a sheet. Bailey, hey guys, was about to head to bed when I saw this stream went live. And I went, oh yeah, we're doing this. I made myself a cup of coffee and saddled up for a great stream.
Bailey.
I love to hear that. Love to hear that.
That is awesome. Hey, Mungo. Hey, Rob, you're one of my favorite voice actors. Thanks, Mungo. Thank you, man. Glad you've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun there, too. The next one says, lots of love from Norway. Lots of love to you, Norway. Your performance of John Marston has meant so much to me. I cried out in joy when we got to the epilogue in Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought it was the end of the game. Thank you for eating babies and kicking ass. Also, when is Undead Nightmare 2 coming? Haha. Hey.
Come on, reveal it now. Yeah? Rob, come on, reveal it now to everyone, right?
That's Robin Mickelson. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Robin, that's $1,000. That's about $100 US. Wow. Thank you so much, Robin. We really appreciate it. Wow. That is generous. Very generous. Very generous.
That's great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man. Very kind. But I don't know about Undead Nightmare 2. I would love to know more about it. Of course I would. And if I did know more about it, I couldn't tell you, but I don't.
Javier Escuela. He's gone to see Javier Escuela.
Javier Escuela.
Interesting.
There it is.
We're in Mexico.
How should I know? Oh! Where in Mexico, you little shit?
You little shit.
Someplace near Chief Rose. I think he said. Yes, bandit country.
to perfection, Rosa. Well, I'll take you there, John.
Rob, what car do you drive? I mean, you don't have to answer that.
Ferry. I've got lots of friends.
Oh, I got a no. I got a.
Well, just get me things.
It's a 2001 Chevy S10 ZR2. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but
nice.
it's an old truck, and I love it. It's awesome.
Peace-loving people with a love of social justice.
And the thing that I love the most about it is I use it, and I don't have to worry about. I don't try to scratch it or put dents in it. Of course, I don't want to do that. But if I do, it's not a brand new truck. So I love it for that reason. And it's paid for. I don't have to drive like this crazy, really expensive thing just to let people know that I'm pretending that I have something that I can afford. I can't afford that. So I'm not going to drive it. Know that, everyone. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to. Nobody cares if you do anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Nobody cares. They only care about what people think about them. Think about that. Nobody cares.
Is it Sawyer or Swayer? I forgot. But hey, Rob and Dan, just wanted to thank you both for being awesome and both of you following me back on TikTok. Man, keep those TikToks coming. Where's some of the... We need some highlights from today's stream, all right, man?
Yeah. Right on.
Keep them coming, brother.
Let's go.
I think he's got like 500,000 on TikTok. It's crazy, isn't it? All he does is Red Dead or something.
That's awesome.
He's got thousands of followers.
I love that. Yeah. Well, good.
Uh-oh.
We love your content. Oh, no.
There's a clip for you. There's a clip for you. Fucking hell. Maybe that guy who said I'm playing with my feet, maybe he has a point.
Well, Ty, there's so much you're having to keep up with. I'm just trying to read these questions and I can't keep up with it. You're actually playing the game and trying to read the questions out loud. This is crazy. I couldn't do it if I was you. You're doing a great job. Okay, so this is Nathan. Nathan Gordon says, which actor or actress did you enjoy working with the most on set? Were there any scenes you found particularly fun or moving? Love your work. John is a legend. Thank you, Nathan. I'll tell you, as I really, really enjoyed Seth. I've mentioned that. Seth was, I thought, a really, really funny character, but he also was really funny and cool in real life too. So it was kind of like nonstop with him, and I really enjoyed that. He was early on in the production too, so it helped me to just recognize that it's not all strict business. You know, it was his personality. Yeah. And his personality brought out a lot of the, fun and let's enjoy this, like really have fun with it kind of stuff, and all the other people too. So it really was cool that he was there, and it was cool that he was there when he was there, because it made everything so comfortable. And he was awesome. But yeah, so many. I mean, I've got to say this again, that I was in an awesome position where I was working, but I was also being educated and entertained, and
a lot of emotions.
A lot of stuff going on, and I really, really enjoyed the experience. There were so many talented people. You might get to watch the next stream with one of them. We'll see if it happens or not. I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to put anybody on the spot, or I don't know what's going to happen. But learned a whole lot from so many people, and I'm really appreciative of it. So it's hard to pick one.
Hey, Rob, I don't know if I've asked you this before, but were you nervous on your first day?
Come on.
Or how nervous were you? Like, what were you feeling when you spoke those first lines in the suit and everything?
It's hard to remember, but I'm sure that I was nervous. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
But again, you know, had such a supportive team of very talented people encouraging me. There was no, it wasn't like, you know, people were like, you're going to get this right and you're going to get it. Just wasn't like that. You know, I think everybody there was very aware that performance capture, putting a suit on, wearing a helmet with a camera sticking out, it's all very, very awkward, I guess, for people to think like I've got to act out this scene with wearing this. This doesn't make sense to me, whatever. But so
you know the way.
They make everybody comfortable and feel supported, and it gets to a point where after you get through one or two scenes, you truly forget that you're wearing that. You realize what's going on,
and you're in it.
Yeah, it was.
I hope so.
You're in it, man, and then you run with it, and when you see people that are as talented as the people I got to work with, really let it go, because you know Rockstar too, they're very encouraging of let's see what you got, you know, like really give it to us, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I was so entertained and educated by these people because it was you know, the performances just were
try not to get
spectacular. It was awesome.
Did you feel more? Did you feel like more of a pro when you did number 2, Red Dead 2? Did you feel?
I don't know.
Did you feel more like, oh, I've done this before? You know, I'm a bit. I know what I'm doing in this suit. Or,
well, I guess. Yeah, maybe so in that aspect. I know what I'm doing in this suit. This is not uncomfortable for me. This part of it, but I still had to memorize my lines, and I still had to perform them. And I almost, you know, my character was so different in Red Dead Redemption 2. Same guy, just so much earlier in his life. And yeah, it was. I don't think that I would say nervous would be the right word, but I definitely know the level of quality that Rockstar is trying to achieve. And I also recognized right away by working with these other actors in Red Dead 2 the level of quality that they all wanted to achieve. So it was yeah, like I guess nervous is not, it's not the right word, but motivated, and you got that buzz about you, like this is exciting and this is big and this is fun. And so I guess that's pretty much how I could explain it. But it was a great experience, and I know that watching Roger do his role, even the very first day.
Was he inspiring?
Oh my goodness! I mean, I'm telling you, it was one of those deals where I thought, you make this look like you've done it for 20 years. That's just the way it was, and so it was again educating. I learned so much from watching Roger. I promise you, it was a really great experience. That's all I can say. I loved every second.
You guys need to convince Roger to come on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not you. I'm talking to these guys in the chat. Send him a tweet. I think he's a busy boy. He's got a few games coming out. I know that. He's been working. That's for sure.
He's been busy. He's busy all the time. He does a lot of audiobooks too.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, he does have video games coming out for sure, but he also does audiobooks that are. You gotta look him up.
I know he's got a space. I love this music, by the way. He's got a space movie coming out. A space-centered game with Troy Baker, a big actor in the gaming world. Those two are the leads.
It will be. I'm sure it'll be great. Yeah, it's gonna be those two guys together.
Have you met Troy?
Yeah, and I don't know him really well, but I know him well enough to know that he's a really cool guy. I mean, as cool as can be, and he and Nolan North, I want to tell you, they're both. And I know that there are so many other really, really great actors and more that you're going to discover as time goes on that do performance capture and that are going to be big names in the gaming world. But the ones that I know, if you know Nolan North and Troy Baker and Roger Clark, and the list goes on and on. But as far as Troy and Nolan go, those guys both are really, really cool people, just cool people.
And hang out with.
Yes, and fun and funny, and it's one of those things where you look up to someone, and then you have an idea of what you hope this person's going to be if you ever get to meet them in real life, and then when you meet them in real life, and sometimes it is, but I'm telling you, these guys surpassed what I had in mind. I mean,
that's good.
Cool people, really cool people. Yeah, and yeah, it is good.
And they were probably mutual fans of yours as well, or at least Troy, because I know he probably would have played Red Dead, so he would have known of you before you'd met, I'm guessing.
Well, he did. And the first time I met, he had all kinds of very kind words about my performance in Red Dead Redemption. And I thought, thank you, man, so much. That's so kind of you. And of course, because I'm not a gamer, I wasn't able to share it right back with him, but I was honest with him and I said, man, I really
you couldn't say I've seen Uncharted, I've seen Last of Us. Because you haven't.
Well, I said, I know, but I said, I know who you are, and I know why people are all about. You are a very talented person, and so he's not only a great actor, but he's a director. He's a musician. He's into a whole lot of things, and he is motivated, and he's good at what he does, and I'm excited for him. Sometimes you meet people where you think, you know what, you've had success and you've been really cool when the camera's on you, but then when you meet them in person and you think you're putting on a show all the time because I'm here with you now, and you're not nearly as cool as you put on for everyone. You're just not. But I've been fortunate to meet some of my heroes and recognize that they are absolutely cool. And I want to see more from them. And I will. And I'll be excited about it when I do. So.
Yeah. Oh, look at those explosions for a 12-year-old game. Still holds up, everybody. Don't you worry. They thought of every little detail. Rockstar.
Pretty wild, isn't it?
We've got a really great moment coming up, Rob, with the writing, with one of my favourite songs of all time, actually. I believe it's called Far Away.
Yeah.
By Jose Gonzalez. I believe is his name. Great song. As we ride through the desert. After this, I believe. Do you know what I'm talking about, Rob?
Yeah, I do, and I've heard the song too. I've not experienced it while the game's playing, but I know a lot of people that feel that way too, that have shared the same exact.
Yeah, have you had a few people ask that? I'm guessing you have, or told you that. Yeah, you would have heard.
Yeah. And this is so good, dude. This is so good for me to be refreshed on this, because I'll meet people at conventions and they'll tell me about their favorite parts, and they'll tell me, and then they'll say, what did that mean to you when you played it? And then I have to say I didn't actually play it, and think to myself, and I actually have no idea what you're talking about. So now I'm learning, and I appreciate it. Thank you. But, no, I'm honest with people, and I think they appreciate that. I know it's confusing for a lot of people to learn that I'm not a huge gamer, but I'm not. I don't have time to do it. But here's one from Bandit 247. Love seeing you guys again. This is awesome. Much love to you and the Red Dead community. Right on, Bandit. Thank you. And much love to you.
Thank you, Bandit. Did you get to this one? Hey, Rob, could you say, hey, Nathan, you eat babies?
No, I did not see that one. Hey, Nathan, you eat babies. Everyone knows that. You have to survive. Nathan, everyone knows that. Everyone knows.
I doubt you'll remember any of it, Irish.
Rob, you're one of my favorite voice actors. That's from Mungo. Did we get to that one? I don't know.
Thank you.
The
Thank you so
Brando,
much.
the Brando 228. Did you guys have to go through any weapons training?
No, we didn't. Although it was encouraged, we did have replica weapons, the rifles and the pistols. They were all to size and scale, weight. So like twirling, I keep doing this. It was encouraged that we learn how to twirl. Not that it was a do or die thing if you could do it or not, but none of the guns even shot blanks. They just were weighted so that it would look like, you're not pulling a little tiny plastic squirt gun out. There would be no weight to that, right? So
Yeah.
all the stuff was accurate as far as weight goes, but there was no way to fire it. So we didn't need training necessarily, but I will say with the gun twirling, this guy that played, and I can't, okay, so he's not in this, obviously, but Anthony DeLongis, who played Marshall Johnson. He's like a real cowboy in real life. He's really good with horses, really good with guns. He was the one that was twirling. Any twirling that you see in this game, that was Anthony DeLongis.
Yeah.
He was the one that did the performance capture for that. And
And all the real chicken noises were from your house, right? That I can hear now.
You got to be on your way.
I think we got one laying an egg, everybody.
Sorry,
happening, Ed?
what were you saying? No, sorry, I cut you off.
No. But that's I just want to encourage everybody to look up Anthony DeLongis, and you will not be disappointed. He's one of the coolest, and you're going to hear, he sounds exactly like Marshall Johnson in this game too when he talks.
Can you see this line? You're an angry and a feck ugly man, but not a bad one. Great line. Oh man.
Yeah, Irish was a hoot too. He was wild. He was a really cool guy. He drove a taxi in real life. So he would, and he was an actor, whenever he was working, obviously, he would come in and do his stuff and then go on about his life as a cab driver. But he had some stories, as cab drivers typically do, that were kind of interesting sometimes. But yeah, really, really interesting guy and very talented. He's not from Ireland. He's just really good with accents.
Yeah.
So Dead Jokers Gaming. Hey, Rob, how are you? I also live in Indiana. Right on. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out.
How big is Indiana? Because in Australia, there's about 20 million, 25 million people overall in the whole country.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So does Indiana beat that just by itself?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I think we've got
I'll look it
Indianapolis.
up. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Population. Indiana population, 7 mil. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, there are Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Bloomington. There are some college schools that have pretty big populations, but Indiana's pretty sparse, really. There's a lot of farmland, so pretty spread out. But yeah, the majority of the people are in the cities, I guess. Where I live, there's definitely more chickens out here than there are people.
We're about to see this song. Before we do, we'll just read some of these super chats. What was if you had to pick a favorite gun from the game, what would it be, Rob?
Oh, the Gatling gun, for sure. Yeah.
Bailey, thank you so much. We appreciate that. The 10. Always thought that a great idea for Red Dead 3 would be a segue into the GTA style of games, like an older Jack Marston slugging it out with the mafia gangs in the 1920 to 30s. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you sort of blended into the GTAs a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
I like it, Bailey. I like your style.
I like that a lot, actually. Yeah. All right. Rob, you ready to hear this for your first time? Experience this. Let me know your emotions you're feeling while we just ride through the desert with this beautiful song playing in the background.
All right. Let's do it.
Great scenery too. Look at this. Beautiful.
Yeah. It is really, really cool, isn't it?
It's just a special moment. I don't know. There's something about it. It's just peaceful. Look at so you're just looking into nothing as you run.
So just out of curiosity, if you wanted to, could you fast travel and skip this, or is this something that you're kind of forced to experience?
I think you are forced. They make you do it. You can't fast travel.
I think that's really cool, actually, because it is something that so many people have said is a big part of this, what they enjoyed about this game. So I'm glad that everyone does it.
And not a lot of games would do this with an actual song like this from a bigger artist. And now you'll notice a lot of games actually not copied it, but do this. We'll have a song like this. Red Dead 2 did it as well. Beautiful song in Red Dead 2. I forgot the name. Unshaken. That's what it's called. Unshaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, great song. I believe that's as Rogers, not Rogers, Arthur Morgan's writing at some point as well. So.
Hey, I got a couple funny stories I want to share with you.
Yeah.
So I've recently kind of I've trimmed my beard back, right? So when I was in Dragon Con, I'm telling you, it was all in the same hotel, right? The hotel and the convention it was just all together, which was really cool, but it was like 5 hotels. Anyway, on my floor, I walked out to go down the elevator, and as I was getting on the elevator, a bunch of guys, probably high school, maybe college age, were coming off the elevator, and they were all partying, and one of them goes, oh man. And I thought, this guy's a Red Dead fan. And he comes up to me, he goes, are you cosplaying that guy from Lost?
Sawyer?
No.
Is that what he meant? Sawyer from Lost? Oh my God. That's hilarious.
I said,
oh
no.
My God. Fuck.
And it was really funny. And then he goes, oh my God, you're Red Dead Redemption. And I said, yeah, I was a character in Red Dead Redemption. He said, Roger Clark. And I said,
no! Oh no! Oh my God, that's so good.
So close, man. And it was so funny. I said, no, I was the guy that played John. I'm Rob. And then he was like, oh, that's what I meant. And I thought, no, it's all good, man. It was a really cool, fun moment. Great. But I was like, okay, this guy is going to be excited to say hi to me. And then he thought I was someone else. And then it was like, it was really, really funny. But so even more recently than that, I've been back home and working all week. And I went to Lowe's. There's a Lowe's distribution center that's like 20 miles away from my hometown. And we had to fix one of their loading docks. And so to get in there to work, I have to go and check in at the guard station. Yeah. There are some people, and we've worked there before, and so I've met some of the people there, and one of them was a fan of Red Dead Redemption. So when I went there, met him and had a great experience, enjoying his conversations about or highlights of the game, whatever. And So now there's another guy, a new guy that's there, and he was like, "Oh man, you're the guy from Red Dead." And I said, "Yeah, man, how are you?" And he goes, "I love Arthur Morgan so much."
It's
you,
so
man.
awkward, but it's so. Oh man, it's so funny.
I'm not gonna. That's cool, man.
So you
Thank
agreed?
you.
Did you pretend to be?
I didn't want to possibly embarrass the guy or whatever, but I just was like, right on, man. Thank you. Like the same way I would have said if he said the same thing about John, but I just thought, what's happening here? People,
Dude, I've heard stories. A lot of celebrities get that. Like, for example, Matt Damon. He tells a funny story that he gets called all sorts of people, like Ben Affleck. They think he's Ben Affleck. They think he's, someone else, and they start going along with it.
yeah.
Sometimes they have to sign things as the other person. It's hilarious.
Oh my.
Yeah, because they don't want to ruin the moment for them. It's just funny.
Right.
What harm
Yeah.
could you do to us exactly?
This is awesome here.
Isn't it?
Now, I appreciate the welcome committee, but I'd hate to spoil a beautiful afternoon on such beautiful land with any further unpleasantries.
It's great writing.
If you'll excuse me.
Hold it, Gringo. I think you're forgetting something. A little taxation. I have a large family. Very big.
I too have a family friend. So that we may see our families again, I suggest we part ways amicably.
He's so well spoken, John.
This is so fun. These guys were awesome. They were all into it.
I think you can see him from where you're standing just fine, senor.
Take off the boots, Americano.
Why have they got scarves on? It's boiling hot.
As you wish.
See you later, boys.
That was so fun to do.
Oh, very
And we had to keep doing it because
very good indeed.
that gun was in a holster, really a holster on the side of my leg, right? And I kept trying to grab it, and I would miss the gun, or I would do it wrong, whatever. And then finally, at the very end, you walk up to that guy and pretend you're going to shoot him in the head, but realize that's going to get blood on my hat, so I'm going to shoot you in the stomach. So then they thought about all that stuff. We worked on it for quite a while, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Don't
It was
mention
so
it, old
fun,
man.
though.
You kill peasants,
Landon Ricketts.
you become a peasant.
I never aspired to be anything more.
A socialist, huh? No wonder you left America.
I'm many things. Most of them bad.
Jaron, you eat
Political
babies.
principles?
And I
Everyone
believe,
knows that you have to.
and the actor behind Lando passed away,
Don't you worry
right?
about me.
Oh, but I do worry.
After
Yeah.
Ross Hagen.
A man who
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. It's unfortunate. Yeah, he was. I think he was in Planet of the Apes.
Or peasants.
The original Planet of the Apes, and
You do?
if that's the same, I think that's the same guy. But it was always something that our director was
What's your
really
name?
That doesn't matter anymore.
enjoyed talking about with him. So every time he was in,
I never had a name, mister.
we would
raised
get
in an
educated on
orphanage.
Planet of the Apes, which was cool. That was Ross, I'm sure of it. I think he did a cartoon or something too. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but really nice guy. And what a great voice. That's just how he sounded all the time. He was
I
awesome.
know, he's got a
Well, you won't
great
make any
voice.
circus
And this
if
was
you
his
can't
last
shoot.
role, I
Keep on
think, in
practicing.
anything, which is
Thank you, old
crazy.
man.
What a way to go out.
Yeah.
Now, who are you?
I'm trying to scroll back. I saw some other questions on
Who are you?
Landon Ricketts. Not a
it.
name that means much.
Charles Skyline. Hey, Rob. Have you
Means
considered
little.
doing other games
famous
outside
for
of
us
Red
boys.
Dead or no interest?
Killing men's a strange kind
Yeah.
of fame.
I mean, I guess
I was the
I
fastest.
have to be
Must have been.
considered before I have an opportunity to consider.
What are you doing here?
Living
So if
quiet.
people reach out to me and ask me if I'm interested in doing other work, then
What?
then I've got an opportunity to consider it. But I'm not.
You?
I'm looking for a
I'm
couple
not
of
currently
men.
actively
Bill
searching
Williamson,
for other roles,
Javier
if
Escuela.
that answers your question. But
Escuela's
if someone
from here.
approached me and asked me if I wanted to do something else,
It
I'm
could be. This whole
I
place is
really
teeming
love
with
the work. I really
Americans
really
on the
enjoy it,
run,
and so
mercenaries,
probably would
locals
be
hell-bent
interested.
on revolution.
But we'll have to see what comes
Revolution?
along.
Another one?
And that
It
was
really is. This whole place has been a hotbed for
Charles
revolution since
So-
Skyline. Did I say that?
Was
Now there's another local
was
guy running
Ross-
around promising the peasants their
because he
freedom.
was an older fella.
Just like
Is he?
the
He was
last
in the
two or
suit and
three.
everything. He with you.
Local government,
Yeah.
Yeah.
foul bunch.
Yeah, there was a day. There was a day.
King.
I think it must have probably been his first day of actual performance capture, where he was one of those people that didn't know
Someone puts a bullet in his head.
that he had to have
Let's get
everything
back to
memorized and be
it.
completely
You gotta
off
keep that
book.
back straight.
So
Otherwise,
it was kind of complicated, but at the same time, it worked out because
now that's a real
the way that I memorized my lines and the way that I still do is I will record myself reading the lines, not in character, for like I've got scripts behind me, but anyway, if I've got a page of dialogue, I will read all of the dialogue out loud and I will record it.
Come on.
And I won't be trying to perform it, but I will make the voices different enough that I will know, okay, this line is John Marston line or whatever. But so then I memorize it by listening to it over and over and over again. And so
Here we'll do. I'm gonna scare
because I knew
Let's see if you can take
the entire page, I knew Landon Ricketts' lines. So the director would say action, and I would sit there and basically say Landon's lines in my head, and then I would say mine out loud, and then I think it worked out that way because I never reshot any of that stuff. I'm sure that he in the sound booth had to do something to
I heard many a story
make it so that he actually said his words out loud, his lines out loud. But
I find that hard to believe. What do people say?
it's just one of those things. I mean, you got to think
Fellers arguing over
he
who's the
wasn't
toughest,
like
who's
an
the
extremely
fastest, who shot
old
people in
man
the back.
when he worked on this, but he also was old enough to where
Is that so, old man?
he probably never played video games.
No, he wasn't a gamer. That's what I was getting at. It's like he didn't. And this was early on. This was 2010.
We need your help
so
again.
2009. So
We'll take care of
Yeah,
it was only.
Again,
This
you are the
was
savior of
new
this
tech as well
my
back
friend.
then.
Are you ready to
Yeah.
take the list?
so I think it was, and someone who made a living as an actor,
No savior.
who knows what it looks like to be on set and to see cameras and know how all that works. Then he's in this room and there's no one camera. There are cameras all over the ceiling, all over the walls, and you're wearing these crazy suits. That's just the way this technology works. And I think for him, it was just kind of like, so you telling me I'm a character in a video game? Okay, and I've got my lines, I'm going to read them.
Yeah.
There's no way. It wouldn't make sense that he would actually be the physical movement of said character. But I mean, how would you comprehend that? So, but yeah.
Red Dead 1 had a lot of Bible verses as titles for missions. What's your favorite Bible verse or story, Rob?
Oh my goodness.
Trouble, all right?
Wow. I guess this is funny because my wife and I just had a conversation. I'm not trying to get anything started by saying that, but we had a conversation about whether it's appropriate to teach religion in school or not, and we decided that it's not. But we were like really talking about
Getting into the weeds of it.
yeah, what's important, what's really important here. People getting offended or people knowing and then but it's just whatever. And we got into it. And we
lost your touch, Landon.
but
Real big for a boy.
I guess,
Straight a half hour ago.
and I don't know what verse it would be, but I really like the do unto others as you would have others do unto you, the golden rule. I think that's pretty, treat people how you want to be treated. I think it's good to live by that if you can.
Yeah. We can all agree on that one.
Did you have? Okay, so I went back too far. I just saw another one, I think, from Hannah. I'm trying to find. There it is.
Did you have a feeling that this game would go on to be the success that it was, and John to be the best, one of the best characters ever? Like, did you have any sense that that would be a reality?
Hannah, thank you for saying that.
Because just remember, Rob, I don't know if you knew, but when this game came out, they just came off GTA 4, which was considered one of the greatest games ever made as well. So you would have known about that too.
Yeah, I knew that I was working for Rockstar Games, and so I knew this was something very big. But I didn't realize that it would be as well loved as it is, and I don't know how anybody could, right? This Red Dead is the first of this series, right?
Yeah.
So I think even Rockstar had no idea whether it was going to be successful or not. And they took a huge gamble on making it at all. But doing as they do and making it as full as it is, and the story as well written as it is, and all of the things that they do, looking back on it, knowing what I know now, I mean, I guess it's almost like, why would you ever have any hesitation, Rockstar, in doing what you do? People love what you do, but it was, at the time, it was a big gamble for them, and for me, it was I'd walked into a whole new world that I really didn't know much about at all. So
we'll do one more mission, Rob. Lando rides again.
Marston.
Lando.
How the devil are you?
I'm fine.
Lando. Yeah.
Lando, right.
I'm good.
Yeah, you know what I
Glad
mean.
you're here because the men were just telling me about
This is the scene I was talking about. He didn't know it was one.
Emilio.
I think it must have been the first one we did.
His nombre is Javier Senor.
Maybe this wasn't it, but anyway, it was one where we were sitting at a table like this.
Rhonda, hey Rob, come to GalaxyCon NC next year. So great meeting you in DragonCon twins.
Did he have an American in tow? A big American?
You know what? Both of you. I'm so glad I got to meet both of you, and thank you for hanging out here. Yeah, we met online. DragonCon was a convention that I was supposed to go through and then attend. COVID happened, so we did kind of an online thing, and I met these twins online during COVID, and then I met them in person in DragonCon in Atlanta, and you're both awesome, and I'm so happy I got to meet you in person. So happy you're here now, and absolutely would love to come and hang out with you again in North Carolina, it sounds like.
NC, yeah, that's
Don't you think, Mr. Marston?
Guess so, yeah.
Of course.
Thank you for your interest in having me. Of course, I would love to do that.
Man who ran
Thank
away
you.
from home. What choice did you make?
I'll tell you what choice
Hold on,
I
I'll
made.
just say this and then I'll
I'm a fighter,
get to
sir,
some more questions.
and I'll fight to the end. I think we should get going.
I gotta say, I mean, your voice is my favorite in this game, but his might be second.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
for
actually,
saying
Ben's is good too, but yeah,
I'm going to take
Yeah.
the train.
Dutch,
Come with
obviously.
me or ride ahead to El
that. Yeah,
Matadero.
so many good ones.
Robin Jones, Rob, hi from the Twins. What modern day song would you choose as John's theme for today?
Wait a minute. This is Robin and Rhonda, those twins. Is that the same?
Perhaps you're more in need of
I
my
don't.
help.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute.
Is that so?
Rhonda's
Okay, of course
Are they the twins? Yeah, I guess they are.
So
They're both watching at the same
this
time.
one,
Seems to know my business.
Robin and Rhonda, thank you so much for hanging out.
It isn't
I
getting the lowest
originally was thinking of a separate set of twins that I met in Atlanta as well. in person. But of course, Robin and Rhonda, I know exactly who you are as well, and I'm so glad that you're hanging out. Now that I've realized that, I can't remember the question. I'm so sorry. Let me.
What modern song
Rhonda.
would you choose as John's theme for today? What modern song?
Oh man.
So they keep telling me, look it off at Casa Madrigal.
That's a tough one. You might have to think for about an
Man.
hour on that one.
Man, it would have to be something. You know what? I mean, oh my goodness, I just don't know. I don't know. I like to think that it would be rocking, like rock stuff, you know, something that people can't help but get excited about when it comes on. I would love that. You know, almost like a like a Kid Rock. You know, of course I think of that because he sings the song Cowboy. But you hear that song and you think, yeah, it's time to party now. I would love it to be something like that. But Robin and Rhonda, yes, so great to see you. Thank you for participating. Dan's laughing at me. Next question.
Oh man, I nearly spilled the water. All jokes aside, this is from Stephen. All jokes aside, Arthur may be the best replacement protagonist of all time, but that's only because he had massive boots to fill in the first place.
Oh wow, Stephen, thank you, man, for saying that. Roger, Arthur Morgan is who he is because of Roger, and I want to tell you, I promise you, I learned so much from watching Roger work, and it was a really, really cool experience for me. So, yeah, I'm really glad that he's the one that played Arthur Morgan, and of course we all know he absolutely blew it out of the water.
He's a good song, Wanted Dead or Alive. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah.
Hurt by Johnny Cash. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's all kinds of... Hey, I want to mention something that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just thought about this the other day because I saw their gravestones the other day. But
so the gravestones?
My hometown is home of the Reno brothers, the Reno gang. If you look these guys up online, you're going to read about this gang of outlaws that rob trains. The very first train robberies in the United States happened in my hometown where I grew up, and they were the Reno brothers that did it, and it's fascinating. I just saw their graves
wow.
the other day. I was in that area, and it's just coincidental, right? These guys were not. They were not like when you're playing Red Dead. You grow to love the characters, right? And you're cheering for the bad guys because you're playing this through, their perspective, right, on life, and you're cheering for them. But in real life, the Reno everybody hated them so bad. And, it was a horrible, horrible thing. But you got to read about this Reno gang. It's insane, and they were right here in my hometown.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think of that, but please check them out.
So is that some people visit a lot in Indiana, or is it just off the beaten path?
She's still being held up in the
No, I mean it's here's another crazy thing about it. It's in this
we're here to help.
City. What I can't remember is a cemetery connected to a church, or is a graveyard connected to a church? I can't remember which one it is, but there's no church. So whether it's a cemetery or graveyard, whatever it is, they're buried. And so when it was determined that they were going to be buried in this graveyard cemetery, people who had family members that were also buried there, some of them were so upset that the Reno brothers were going to be buried in that same area, they had their family members dug up and moved to a different location because the Reno brothers were that hated. But anyway, they caught these guys. The law caught them and put them in jail in New Albany, which is now it's like a 55-mile probably journey from Seymour, right, where the Reno brothers were.
Yeah.
And so there's a vigilante group in Seymour that went down there, and they either had to take a train down there or ride horse. This is long enough ago where it's not easy to get down there that distance. They broke them out of jail, and then brought them back to Seymour, and they hanged them at this area called Hangman's Crossing, which is there used to be a giant tree at Hangman's Crossing, and it was right where you could cross over the railroad tracks in that area, whatever. So they hanged them right there. Well, so when I'm at work and I'm at the shop where we start and end every day, right across the street is Hangman's Crossing. It's right there. It's all, for me, maybe it's way more interesting to me than it may be for anyone else, but I think it's pretty coincidental. It's pretty cool.
Very coincidental. Katie here wants to know if you would be in Westworld.
Oh, I loved Westworld. Loved it. My goodness. Yeah, of course I would. I would love that. I've seen the first 2 seasons, I guess. But I watched those probably 4 years ago. And I haven't seen anything since, but I'm sure that I will love whatever came out after what I saw because I enjoyed the first 2 so much. I should watch it. I definitely should. It's hard to find the time.
You got dogs, you got wives, not wives, a wife. A wife, you got kids. I mean, you gotta hang out with me. I mean, you gotta work.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
When do you just get a breather? I know you mentioned it's in the morning, yeah, first few hours of the day.
That's why I wake up. Yeah, that's why I wake up at 5.
Yeah.
That's when I can hang out and breathe a little bit. That's why I do it.
Oh, I don't remember that animation. There you go.
John Marston!
John Marston!
Hey, Rob, what did you think of the Red Dead spin-off? Oh, what do you think about a Red Dead spin-off about Jack Marston in World War I? Since the first game was set only a few years before.
I think it'd probably be great. I don't know. You know, they did say, and I keep saying this, as if I know something that's going on. I don't. But they did say that they're making Red Dead Redemption a franchise. So it could be, they could do so many different things, right? It could be connected to what we already know. It could be a game that has all new characters and somehow you see where did Sadie end up, or where did Charles end up, or it could be different things like that. It could be whatever it is, though. Just it's going to be something that you're going to enjoy again, just like it always is. But Rockstar, their goal is, of course they want to make a good video game, right? But it's not to make the best video game in that series. The goal is to make the best video game that has ever been made, period. So
every single time.
Every time, yeah. And so, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And so, that's why these things don't come out on a yearly basis. But I don't know what they have in mind, if anything at all. I really don't know. But whatever it is, it will be done to Rockstar's absolute best ability. So,
have you ever said publicly what you think Red Dead 3 will be? I know you.
No.
Like, do you have any ideas where do you think they would go?
I don't. I really don't. I mean, no.
Do you think it would be someone new? Or do you think it'd be another? Would it be a sequel? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think you could do a sequel to Red Dead Redemption 2 that doesn't follow John. It would be in this same time as we're in right now in Red Dead Redemption, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, right? But I mean, the possibilities are endless. They really are.
They could go a number of ways. Yeah.
It's anybody's guess, and I mean,
the thing is, like, you and Ben have been in both games, and a few other characters. It's like they would have to bring you guys back. I feel like they would have to. Maybe I'm wrong, because you, in essence, made the game what it is. Anyway.
Just walk away.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I would think that there would be at least a knock.
I know there'd definitely be a knock. But
I mean, just because, like you said, we've been involved in everything in the series so far, right? But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Bailey, playing Red Dead got me into cowboy action shooting competitions. Interesting.
Wow.
Let me tell you, nothing is more intense than trying to reload a Winchester 1873 without fumbling with every round. Wow, that sounds intense.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow. I bet that's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Bailey. So I have a BB gun, and that is the gun that I have in the house. I have a Colt 45, but I don't have any ammo for it. And it was a gift, and I don't know that I want to fire it. I think that I like it just how it is. For some reason, it's like a special thing for me. But
Something doesn't feel right.
I do enjoy shooting my BB gun, and I can imagine that if I got a hold of a Winchester 1873, I would enjoy that too. I think that's awesome. So cool, Bailey. Be careful when you're loading it. Don't drop that stuff.
No. Hey, Rob, I saw on the trivia of Red Dead, John Marston drops the F-bomb less than any other playable character in a mainstream Rockstar game ever. He says the word 3 times. He says the word 3 times.
No.
I'm trying to remember. I know
in the main game, and that's astronomically lower than any other character that they have. Isn't that funny?
That is funny, yeah.
Okay, then.
I know he says it to the man with a sing-song voice. He says it then.
Because I feel like it's not a word a hero would say, or like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, though, is they would be very careful about like the time. Would people use that word during this time? Was that a commonly used?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Swear word.
Yeah.
And
didn't think of that.
Yeah, they wanted everything to be accurate. So maybe it wasn't something that people said all the time. So maybe that's got something to do with it too. I don't know.
Beautiful. Well, that's going to be it for today. We have had a lot of fun today. This has been one of my favorites, personally. Rob?
Yeah, this has been fun, man. It has. Thank you so much.
Today. Great questions from everyone.
Yeah.
It flew by, I got to say. The last few
really
hours, didn't it?
Yeah, it really, really did. I had no idea what time it was.
Sorry, guys. We just had a bit of a fart around there. We're back. Sorry about that. We're here. What were we saying, Rob? We had a great time today, didn't we? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really great questions, and we love hanging out with everyone. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're all cool people, and I do enjoy the questions that you're asking. And I also enjoy, again, I've noticed again, you're all being really cool with each other, and that's awesome. So
And I
cool.
don't think we're going to get any gameplay haggling. I think I was pretty good today. Do you agree, Rob? I think I was on the money today.
Yeah, I think so. And by the way, I want to see you play with your feet, whoever that was. I want to see how good you are.
Whoa, we got a $50, another 50. Wow. Very generous today. Stephen or Stefan. Stephen or Stefan? Stephen, I'm going to say. Been loving the Sunday afternoon vibe, watching this and cooking dinner. Finished chapter 6 of Red Dead 2 yesterday for the second time. You're my brother. Never gets old. Wow.
Oh, man. Well, enjoy your dinner. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I hear you, man. That's a pretty special part of that game for sure. So enjoy it.
I want to know what you're having for dinner, Stephen. Let us know. Andrew, just want to thank Rob for one of the best games from my childhood and probably the best DLC ever. Undead Nightmare was incredible. That's from Andrew.
Oh, Andrew, thank you. Thank you, man. So glad you enjoyed it. And I'm really glad that you enjoyed Undead Nightmare. I really, really did too. That was a whole lot of fun. So thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
And as we wrap up, guys, again, we need to thank this legend, Rob Wiethoff. It's not possible without him. And he's looking pretty fucking fresh. Look at him. He's looking $1 million. He is looking not a day over 30.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, man, for doing everything you're doing. It's 2 a.m. for you right now, and I hate that for you, but that's dedication, and you're doing a whole lot for everyone. So thank you, man. Everybody subscribe. I guess if you're here, you've probably done that.
Oh, and also, guys, we need you to subscribe to this man's YouTube. I'm going to link it one more time. Let's make sure we subscribe over there. Rob Wiethoff YouTube. He may even do some videos down the line. You never know. Some exclusive content.
Yeah. Some stuff going on here.
If he can work it out. Because YouTube's a different beast to Instagram. I did see someone here, Rob, say, are you going to do any Instagram lives anytime soon? Do you think you will?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything going on that's coming up.
You're not building any more chicken coops?
Oh, I see. Like a series?
Whoa, no, I mean, it could be anything, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to. I don't know. I don't know what I have coming up that would fulfill a whole series. The chicken thing, the coop, was cool because it actually took a significant amount of time, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But I don't have any projects like that I'm going to do where I can actually set up my phone and do a live the way that I did. Maybe I'll come up with something. But thank you for your interest, and thanks for asking about it. We'll figure it out.
Beautiful, guys. Well, that has been part 3 of the definitive playthrough of Red Dead Redemption. We will be back for part 4, and we may be joined by very special guests. But make sure you do tune in, guys, because there might only be a couple more of these streams. So they are sacred. You are here. You are in gaming history. This will never happen again. Rob will never see this game. This is a piece of history, isn't it, Rob?
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for hanging out and being part of it. You're making it as fun as it could possibly be. So thank you. Awesome.
My pleasure. Guys, we hope you have a great day. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you for part 4, guys. Take care.
One.